Hello everyone and welcome back to a Tuesday Reads. My name is Sabrina and I'm very excited to have you here. As usual, this is going to be one of my unedited videos that we do every Tuesday where I'm just going to talk about the books I'm planning on reading this week. Also, I look like trash. I just left work. It is like 2 in the morning. I just got out of work and I live in Michigan and it's snowing. We've gotten like a ton of snow and I had to drive really slow home, which meant I didn't get home till like 2 a.m. which I normally get home at like 1:30, and I have school at like 8:30 in the morning, so that's great. So I'm just tired, but I really want to make sure I film this video for you guys. Do you like my bookcases? My new setup? I've rearranged my bookcases and I'm super excited about it. I just learned my coping mechanism when I'm sad is to rearrange my bookshelves. So I'm not liking the setup though, because I just have like the corner, so there's books all around me. So if you like this setup, let me know because I'm enjoying it for now. But yeah, let's get into the books I want to read this week. So I'm going to start off with talking about the books that I am currently reading, because there are 2 of them that I'm currently reading and one of them I'm really enjoying and one of them is like, nah, I don't know how I'm feeling about it just yet, but it's fine. So my cat is like on the floor next to me sleeping and the other one is on the chair behind me sleeping. So the first book I'm reading is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. So I'm listening to this to an audiobook and I'm really liking it so far. It's about Josh and Hazel who met in college and they are kind of rekindling this, not relationship, but this friendship, because Josh's sister works with Hazel, so they're kind of like being friends, and Hazel is living with Josh after her apartment floods. So she is kind of living with Josh and trying to navigate this friendship while she's obviously getting feelings for him, and I'm really enjoying it so far. The only thing I'm iffy about is I don't like so it's dual perspective, so it's read from Hazel's perspective and Josh's perspective, but I don't like the guy who narrates for Josh, like, because I'm listening to it as an audiobook, if I did mention that. I don't know, I'm so tired. I don't like the guy who narrates for Josh. I say this because I don't like the voices he uses for all the characters. Like, for Hazel's voice, he has like this very like nasally, like, I don't know what kind of accent he's using, but it's annoying to me and I don't like it. But other than that, I'm really enjoying the story. Hazel's very like funny. Like, I was listening to this audiobook while I was running drugs today, and I was literally in a nurse room, like a med room, laughing because Hazel just made me laugh out loud. So I'm really enjoying this. I think it's really funny. So I'm loving this so far. I don't know how far I am through the physical book, but I am about 40% done with it. I have 4.5 hours left, so hopefully tomorrow at work I'll be able to finish it, but we'll see. And then I am reading Tweet Cute by Emma Lord Physically. I'm gonna shamelessly say that I started this a week ago maybe, and I'm only on page 31. I don't know if it's because it's slow or I just have not had the time to sit down and read, but I just have not gotten very far in this. But it's about these 2 seniors, what is her name? Oh my god, Pepper and Jack. I think that's so cute because they're fighting over grilled cheeses, so Pepper Jack, get it? I think it's super cute because Pepper is a senior in high school and Jack is a junior in high school. They go to the same high school, but they met on this dating app. It's not a dating app. It's this like app for their high school where they can like talk to each other anonymously. Can you guys tell I'm tired? They talk to each other anonymously, and after like they send X amount of messages, they like show their identity to each other. But Jack is the creator of this app, so he has kind of like overrid this for him and Pepper because he kind of doesn't want the relationship to go. So they're anonymous to each other. But on the same end of the spectrum, Pepper and Jack are both running their social media accounts for their family's restaurants. So Pepper's family owns this huge chain restaurant that's kind of like the McDonald's of this book, and then Jack's family, I was like, what is his name? Jack's family runs this kind of like mom and pop diner that's kind of like going head to head with this big company because they're stealing the name Grandma's Grilled Cheese, I believe. See, I'm like barely reading this. I don't know what's going on. But so far it's cute. I don't know if I'm just not here for the story, and I don't know. Hopefully I'm gonna give it like 75 pages, and if I'm not like getting into it more, I think I might put it down and revisit it another time. But I'm hoping that I'm starting to like it because I think the story has a really cute aspect, but I don't know what it is about it. I don't know. So my cat is sleeping so funny. So on to the books that I have not started, but I'm really hoping to finish reading or start reading this week. I have hit my Goodreads gold. It is what, December. It's December. What? December. So I think I only have 5 more books to read to hit my goal, so I'm not like worried about not hitting my goal. But I don't know, for some reason I think I just forced myself to read so many books while I was on leave from my arm that I just don't want to read, which is like super bad because obviously I want to read, I like to read, but I think I burnt myself out. But the books I want to read, first is the Romance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams. So the 3rd installment of this book just came out, and the cover is absolutely adorable. This book is about that's me thinking. This book is about this guy who just realized his wife is like faking some of the aspects of the relationship, and he joins this book club to try to rekindle the romance in the relationship and learn from books, I'm assuming. I've heard a lot about this book, and I've had it on my shelf for a hot sec, so I'm hoping to read it and enjoy it. I've been trying to carve out time to read, so I hope this is one of the books that I'm really gonna like. I've been really enjoying adult romance lately. I don't know what it is about my life lately, but I've really been enjoying adult romance, and I'm really hoping that I'm gonna like this, because if I don't, I already have the second one. Like, where's that? It's right, no, where's it at? It's yellow, isn't it? Right here. I literally own the second one, so I will be so mad if I don't enjoy this. So hopefully I can get to it this week, fingers crossed. And then next I have Fable by Adrienne Young. This is the Fairy Loot edition, and look how just pretty that is. So I actually hadn't heard of this book before I got it in Fairy Loot, and this book follows what's-her-face, Fable. Oh my gosh, I should have knew that. This book follows Fable, and for some reason by the cover and like by all like the seaweed and stuff, I figured this was like an Ariel or a Little Mermaid retelling. It's not. I don't know what made me think that. But this book follows Fable, and Fable's father is like a huge merchant trader of the sea. Like, they travel by boat all the time, and she's, I guess, listen, Goodreads described it as a girl trying to make her way through a man's world, if that makes sense. A girl trying to make her way through a man's world. That's how they described it, and I was like, oh, okay. But her father abandoned, I'm reading out of the book, her father abandoned her on an island filled with thieves and basically with nothing, and now she has to have survival skills to survive. Yeah, I don't know. I have not read like any fantasy lately, and I need to, so this is going to be my fantasy read for the month. I think in the new year I'm going to make a goal to read a fantasy a month, because I need to get my life together. But yes, I'm excited to read this, and it's not too long, so like I feel like it's not going to be like a high fantasy. I think this is more like, I think it's more like, I don't know, historical fantasy, I guess, if that's a genre. I don't know, but I feel like it's more that, because he's a trader of the sea, but it doesn't say like anything like I don't know, my brain is not working. The like generic fantasy, when you think of fantasy books, it's like not that, right? So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what this camera's doing. I don't know. But yes, I'm excited to read this. That's it. And then the very last one I have is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. So for some reason, lately on BookTube, this book is everywhere. Everybody's talking about Ash Princess, and it's kind of old. Like it's, oh, this has maps in it. Fun fact. It came out in 2018, so it's not a fairly recent book, right? It's not a 2020 release, and it's just like a generic fantasy, I guess. I don't know, and everybody for some reason is talking about it, so I'm like, I'm gonna read it. And it was only $5 on Amazon, so I can't be mad about it. It says, Theodora was 6 when her country was invaded, and her mother, the Fire Queen, was murdered before her eyes. On that day, the Kaiser took Theodosa, I think that's what it says, her land, her family, and her name. Theo was crowned Ash Princess, a title of shame to wear for her new life as a prisoner. Interesting. For 10 years, Theo has been captive in her own palace. Then one night, Kaiser forces her to do the unthinkable. With blood on her hands and all hope of reclaiming her throne lost, she realizes that after surviving is no longer enough, and she does have the weapon. Her mind is sharper than any sword. For 10 years, the Ash Princess has been seeing her land pillaged and her people enslaved. All that ends here, because power isn't always won on the battlefield. And then Lady Smoke, which is on Book Outlet. I'm gonna buy it. This sounds pretty good. It is a fantasy, so I'm hoping if I don't get to one, I want to get to the other this month, because I really need to read a fantasy. I have been lacking on my fantasy lately, and it's a problem. But those are the books I want to read this month. I'm excited. I'm hoping I will be able to get to them this month. I meant this week. I don't know what'll happen. Life happens, you know, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to read these this week. Yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this Tuesday read. Comment down below and tell me what you're reading this week. Stop eating the tree, Dorcas. Hey, stop eating the tree. Yeah, I see you. Stop it. She's chewing on it while staring at me while I'm yelling at her. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my actual uploaded video. Bye.